How to develop a reading habit to improve your English. There are a few myths related to learning English. Practice for 15 minutes every day, you will become a fluent speaker. First myth, wrong. The second myth is mug up or memorize a few sentences, you will speak farraate, daar English. Wrong. Say no to rote learning. The third myth, just take a course of 2 months, you will speak dhamakedar English. Wrong. But yes, there are few things required to improve your English. LSRW. Listening, speaking, reading and writing. Today I will talk about the importance of reading a book and how to develop a habit of reading. Cultivating the habit of reading isn't that hard. All you need is a willpower to begin. So here in this video, I'm going to give you a few tips to create or to develop a reading habit. So let's get started. Listening and reading are very important. If you read out, just pay heed what I just said. I said read out, not just read out. So if you read out, you will involve your ears and eyes in this activity. Means your two senses will be involved in this activity. But for this, you need a good reading habit. Friends, let me tell you, reading habit has transformed my life in an insane number of ways. And I couldn't be more thankful that I have got a good reading habit. You can give yourself a lovely gift in the form of a reading habit. It will really help you in the entire journey of your life. But what to do? You don't have free time to develop a new habit. You don't have free time to read a book. Let me tell you, the free time is yours to do what you want with it. And you won't always have a lot of it. If you want to improve your English, you should dip your toes in the water and start reading a book. In fact, you have to be serious and sincere. When it comes to reading a book, or I would say reading habit plays a major role in improving your English. So you don't have option to take it or not. You have to build this habit in any circumstance. If you are really interested in improving your English. If you are getting the vibe at all from this video, making a reading habit is all what you need to do. It's all about making reading easier for yourself. So give a shot to that book you bought or borrowed yesterday to read. Learning how to develop a reading habit is a great investment of time. Most successful people acknowledge how their reading habits added value throughout their careers. Now that doesn't mean that reading alone will make you a billionaire, but it does assist you in becoming a better version of yourself. Most people give up reading the day they step out of college. Without reading, you will take a long time to improve yourself. Reading speeds up your expertise and knowledge. Among the two people with the same years of experience in a field, the one who reads more tends to have an edge. Now let's talk about the 7 tips I'm going to give you. The first one is start with fictional book. Don't start non-fictional book. Non-fictional books will give you knowledge, but to continue reading non-fictional books requires interest, which beginners may not have. And non-fictional books won't help you to improve your spoken English as much as fictional novels. You want to increase your knowledge, then go for non-fictional books. But if you want to improve your spoken English, you need to choose fictional books. Fictional novels keep you engaged with an interesting story. The second tip is start with a book which interests you. Read interesting books. If you are not engaged by the book that you are reading, it can make reading feel like a chore. But if you are really into what you are reading, you won't be able to put the book down. And reading will be a fun. Choose books that seem interesting to you. If the book really doesn't grab your attention, it's okay to walk away from it. Read the first chapter and so. If you are not interested, move on. When you embark on a journey of reading, do not aim to complete library full of books. When you pick a book in your area of interest, you will complete it faster than you expect. Unless you enjoy a book, you will have a hard time developing the habit. Read what excites you. Don't worry about reading what other people say you should read. Instead, read whatever excites you. If that's trashy romance novel, so be it. If it's Harry Potter all day on repeat, more power to you. If you are enjoying a book, no matter the topic, you'll find the experience satisfying and have a reason to read again in the future. The third tip is start with a modest target, or I would say read one page per day. The fastest way to make reading easy is to set an easy target. Many people get wrapped up in big goals like read one book each week or finish 30 books per year, but it's more effective to focus on beginning of the habit rather than ultimate outcome. So I would suggest develop the habit of reading one page per day. Many days you'll read more, but on the crazy days just focus on getting your one page completed. I said one page per day because the thought of reading many pages will seem like an uphill task. If you set a tough goal for yourself, you will feel overwhelmed with the process of reading. Start small and keep going. You will turn into a reading machine in no time. Achieving a reading goal is extremely satisfying and will make reading even more fun. The fourth tip is have patience. I have seen many of my friends, they buy a book to read and they start reading, but after reading 3 or 4 pages, they just give up. They get bored. Do you know the reason? The reason is they are not able to involve themselves in the story. Until and unless you are not engrossed in the story, you will not be able to continue the story. Initially, when you read a story, you need to familiarize yourself with the characters of the story. But before it happens, you raise your hands, stop reading further and keep the book aside. You need to have patience. Let the story progress a little further. Once you know about all the characters, their roles, I'm sure you will not leave the book until it is finished. The fifth tip is spare some time for reading. The most common excuse people make for not reading is, I have such a hectic schedule. I cannot find any time whatsoever to read every day. Each one of us has an outlet where we waste our time in some way or other. The idea is not to stop such habits altogether. After all work and no play make Jack a dull boy. What you can do is identify the area where you waste your time and cut 15 minutes off. You can now substitute reading during that time. Not only does this help your reading habit, but it also reduces the time you waste. Now I'll talk about the sixth tip. The sixth tip is read at the beginning of your day. Timing can be a crucial factor for making habits easy. Different times of the day tend to carry different responsibilities, and you want to be sure to stick to a reading habit at a time when you have the time and energy to do so. For many people, reading in the morning is an ideal approach. The longer the day goes on, the more likely it becomes that other responsibilities creep into our day. Read before your inbox starts overflowing. Read before you are asked to help with someone else's agenda. If you sit down for just 10 minutes 6 times a day, that's 1 hour of reading every day. If you travel a lot, read on plane, bus, train, or in taxi instead of watching a movie or scrolling through social media. There's no right or wrong when you are choosing what time you should read each day. For instance, if you are enjoying reading before bed, you might sit down with a book for the last 30 minutes of your day. However, if you prefer reading during daytime, you must set aside few minutes on your lunch break or after work. The seventh and very important tip is don't look for the meaning in dictionary. If you can guess the meaning based on the context initially, you will find many words unknown to you. You will get frustrated searching for the meaning of words in every sentence. Or I would say you will look for the meaning every now and then. And as a result, you will not be able to progress further in the story. Though this exercise has many benefits, you'll feel a sense of discomfort whenever you pick a book because of the effort involved. You will lose the interest in reading the book. Your reading habit will take a hit. You need to make reading as easy as possible. which in turn will make it enjoyable. Don't look for the meaning which you can understand based on the context, and continue reading further and enjoy the story. So stick to these tips, and I'm sure you will be able to cultivate, or I would say you will give yourself a beautiful gift in the form of a reading habit. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you gained something, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel. Bye bye, see you in the next video.